Hello, it's D'Angelo here with another episode of MITZ TV by Bessa San Diego, a Mitzvah Event Specialist Association. So today we're going to have another one of our fabulous talk shops. Today we're going to be examining unique venues. Some people may know that Bessa actually has some of the best venues in San Diego that are so unique in our association. So we've given you guys tours of the flower fields at Carlsbad Ranch, and today we are going to leave you guys with another stellar locale. So we are going to be joined today by House of Blues San Diego. Fantastic. So today, joining us from the House of Blues San Diego, we have Director of Sales, Erin Frye. Hello, Erin. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, D'Angelo. It's great to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. So as we are going through this, and people may not know that House of Blues does special events. So the kid can be the rock star here.
Yes, absolutely. You just nailed it. So yeah, a lot of people just think we do rock shows and blues events and private concerts or concerts for the public, in fact. But no, we don't. We do private events in all different spaces throughout the venue. And I just am excited to bring some of those to you guys today.
Nice. So it's not just corporate events. We can do weddings, we can do bar and bat mitzvahs, and everything under the sun. So
Absolutely.
I would love if we can just take a quick little tour of your event space, and then we can do some discussion about what's the favorite part. Look at these colors. Oh.
I know. This is really what it looks like inside. It's beautiful. So this view here is coming in from our 6th Avenue entrance. We have two different entrances. 5th Avenue, which goes into our restaurant. 6th Avenue is this entrance, which is if you've gone to a private show there or a concert, you've probably gone in this entrance. So we'll hop into the upper balcony music hall right here.
Wow.
And yeah, it's really cool. It's a great view. On either side, we have the Jake and the Elwood private boxes, which are kind of fun. And then we've got that permanent seating there, as you can see, and a full bar. Don't get dizzy now. And this is just a great view from the upstairs. It's a really nice area to do some, pre-cocktail, or when guests are first arriving, maybe the guest of honor hasn't arrived yet, and the guests can gather up here and do a little, appetizers and get the party started. And
so
then
all this space is usable space for your private event.
So absolutely. When you rent the music hall, you get upstairs and downstairs. It's all together.
And I'm seeing we have lighting, we have a stage, we have sound already in-house.
Yep, we do have it all. That's what we do.
I love it.
So we're also owned by Live Nation. I don't know if a lot of people know that. So Live Nation Special Events is really our umbrella, and we're under that. So this is a great view of the main floor of the music hall. So the stage is to the left and the bar is to the right. I do want to point out one thing is our floors have been completely redone since these photos were taken. So all one color. We used to actually be an old Woolworth. So back in the day in the gas lamp downtown, this was a Woolworth building.
Oh, it's how you got the second floor.
Yeah, exactly. So those were the aisleways, the checkered floor there. So we've got the restrooms there. And then there's the staircase that just comes straight down from 6th Avenue.
Okay.
Another little satellite bar right here. And then we've got the main floor. So if you click on that little arrow right in the center of the screen, we'll kind of get another view. Yep, that lower one should work. So this is basically sitting or standing right in front of the stage. And this whole area is nice and open. You can do seated square tables, round, whatever the client wants. And one of our last bat mitzvahs that we did, bat mitzvah, I'm sorry, we put a bunch of lounge furniture up on the stage. And so the kids actually got to be up on the stage as part of the party, and the parents were on the main floor at the tables.
So we can keep an eye on the kids and they don't even realize it.
Yeah, it was a little, our production manager was like, "Are you sure?" And so we were really careful. The kids were amazing. They were wonderful. They actually all had backstage pass lanyards that were custom made so that they could actually have access to the stage. So it just really made them feel special, and it was very unique for that event.
Absolutely. Is
Yeah.
there a way, are they allowed to customize that back, that House of Blues sign in the back? Can they hang something else up there?
They can, basically a curtain can cover that, yes, and then they can do,
Their own
they
thing.
can have a banner, absolutely. They can have a picture of the guest of honor or the theme, whatever they want, absolutely. So that's just there if they want it, yes.
I'm not going to say how old I'm turning, but this is very appealing to my next birthday.
Oh, I would love to help you.
I love it. Okay.
We're going to go into a room that's right off the side of the music hall. So this is called the Delta Room. And this is our version of the foundation room. So a lot of House of Blues, there's 11 of them across the country. Some of them have a foundation room. It's a members only type membership room. We don't have that. So we invite everybody to come in here. And this is kind of like our soft seating, the big leather sectional there that you can see. There's also screens, 2 screens in this room. So we can live feed whatever's happening out on the stage into this room. Or you can have a slideshow going. You can rent just this room by itself, or you can have it as an extension of the music hall. So it's just direct access right through there. There's 2 doors actually that'll come into this room. And then we're going to pop upstairs. This is our entrance from 5th Avenue. So our beautiful restaurant entrance with this private patio that we have here. And then that can be also used as for a private event. And then it has access to those double doors. We'll just take a little spin here and see the whole view.
So we can even do like a step and repeat for the kid out here before we actually jump into the real room.
Yeah, that's a perfect repeat. So we're going to go into the voodoo room next, which is right off of this room. And actually, when you book this room, the voodoo room, you have access to the patio. We include that as part of your room rental or your room space. We've got these 3 beautiful accordion doors with the red velvet drapes. They're very dramatic. They're tall. They're beautiful. There's a bar in there. So this room can also be for a private event. And you have a stage at the other end. It's one big long rectangle, and you can basically do whatever you want. But there's a stage at the other end there.
I love that. And you can bring in tables and chairs there if they want to do a small dinner and that. Yeah.
Anything. We can do anything in this room, and we include all of that. So we can go through those doors. Basically, that is it. That goes back into the music hall, or this goes into our restaurant. We've had groups that have a whole house takeover, and they'll have the entire venue exclusively for their event. So just kind of depends on the number of people and what they're looking to do.
That's fabulous. So just questions here, like, so if they're running the venue like that, and I see there's a second stage that was in there on the voodoo room.
Yes.
So is that so they can your artist can just plug in right there and it's played throughout the whole venue, or you can section off where you want the sound to go?
Yeah, we would section that off. So if in the voodoo room, it's really basically for that room and possibly the restaurant, but it's not going to go down into the music hall. So that's just a private space for that room. But if they have this section next to it, then it would flow into there too. So
fabulous. So as we just looking at what you guys can do, weddings, you guys can do mitzvahs. Yeah. I see that you guys do some corporate events. That was shown inside that video before too. So you guys have all that space. And so it's such a great place to go. That's not your standard ballroom, and it's not your standard. You're not outside. You actually get to be a little bit more of a star, and you can kind of be a little grungy and wear your jeans and
you can
leather.
Yeah, theme it, because everybody likes to dress up, right? They can do 80s parties. You can do just about anything. So we'll do a lot of lookalike celebrities that'll come in and have the step and repeat and have your picture taken with the Blues Brothers or whoever you want, Madonna, any of them. And we do also work with an entertainment company in LA that is part of Live Nation. So speaking of celebrities, we can get whoever you want.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah. So yeah, Live Nation. I mean, hello. That's like they own everybody, and as well as the House of Blues. So it's like the perfect marriage of all this music and fun. Yeah. So you guys do offer catering menus, and you guys offer food on location.
Yep, everything is done through our kitchen, and we're very flexible with with the mitzvahs, and if we need to have a special caterer come in, we will absolutely be open to that. So we welcome everybody. Yeah.
Beautiful. So as we are going through, let's bring in our talk shops. So we have some people that are going to be joining us today, and we're going to be asking some more questions of House of Blues. And so we have Taylor Bornemann from the Flower Fields of Carlsbad Ranch joining us. We also have Miss Sherrill Kinsler coming from RSVP Events, Sherrill Gilford. Sorry. So I always do the middle one without the hyphen. And then we also have Lydia coming in from Mitzvah Event Productions. Hello, welcome thank you for joining us again, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks. This is great. I have so many questions.
I know that you would have the question. So let's go on over. Let's go to Sherrill. Sherrill, what's the first question that we have?
So I haven't seen House Blues in a little while because I haven't gotten downtown too often. But so I have some questions that I think our clients would like to hear answers to, and some of it is square feet.
Okay, so we're over 30,000 square feet in the whole venue, so it's pretty big. As far as the individual rooms, I don't have those memorized. I just know the capacities that we have. So our main room is up to 1,000 people. So that's for a show. So it's pretty big. You know, if you've got, you know, anywhere 200 plus, we're going to recommend the music hall for your event.
Yeah. And okay, that's great. And the another question that I have is that you are a restaurant and a concert hall. If we wanted to bring a bar bat mitzvah to you on a Saturday night, how does that work? Because you have other things going on there. So how far in advance do we have to book that? Is it the entire club, or is it sectioned off, or would we get bumped? How does that work?
Right, so that's a good question. So we do have a talent department that books as well, and it's basically who gets the space first. So we book a lot of our private events anywhere from 6 to 9 to 12 months out. And if let's say there's a tour that's kind of running through San Diego and they haven't confirmed yet, but you want the space, we would challenge the talent department and they'd have 48 hours to get back to us. And we do what we can to win the business for you. So we would actually rather have a private event in our music hall. So
wow,
yeah, it's very supported by our entire team. Yeah.
Okay, I have one more question. One more question. How late can they go there?
That's a good question too. So 11 o'clock is the typical, but we have had events go later than that. So it just depends on what's going on as far as the music goes, but we can't be outside past 11. I just was doing a block party earlier in the year, and we got permission to go till 11:30. So some of our shows, most of them end by 11, but there are shows that go past midnight. Yeah. So
there's a lot we can do in your venues. So how early can we get in to set up?
The venue is pretty much open during the day. I mean, very rarely do we have daytime things going on, especially, you know, on a Saturday or a Friday. We're an evening venue. So we give you 2 hours to set up, but we absolutely will work with you. If you have an extensive setup for an event like this, we will give you the time that you need. And
okay, great.
Yeah,
thank you. I love it.
Thank you.
And Lydia,
so I have a couple questions. I'm interested in, can we bring in valet parking? Because
that's a really good question.
Restaurant going on at the same time.
Right. So there are parking lots around us. There's one right next door. There's a CVS, and then there's a lot up above. And so what we do is we have a list of parking lots, and we just hook up the client to those lots. And we don't take responsibility for that. We don't book that part, but if we will hook you up with who you need to talk to.
Okay. And then
I was just going to add to that real quick. One of the last ones that we did, they brought all the kids in on a motor coach. So the kids left the church or the temple, and they came over on motor coach all together. We actually had tickets printed with the guest of honor's name, and the kids went up to the box office and gave their ticket to get their lanyard and to get in. So, and we have on the marquee and everything. So it was really, really fabulous. I mean, for themed events, for music themed events, it's really the way to go. Just something completely different.
That's awesome. And my next question is, I know that the restaurant does a lot of fun foods like burgers and fries and things like that. What kind of menus have you seen for bar and bat mitzvahs that would be exciting?
Well, we do food tasting, so that helps. One of the last ones that we did like little street tacos. We did sliders, mini sliders, fun foods. You can do chicken and waffles. We just kind of make it fun and easy and kid friendly. We did a beautiful arrangement of cookies. I mean, mac and cheese that is to die for. It's so delicious. We can do a tater tot station. It's kind of not healthy food. It's really fun food.
It's okay. It's party food. And do you allow an outside vendor if they wanted to do a specialty cake or ice cream or something like that?
Yep, we do. And I know not a lot of venues do that, but we absolutely do. We bring it in, the more the merrier. You know, you can bring in photo booths, you can bring in desserts. We are flexible. It's really, really fun.
Do you guys have tables and chairs on site?
We do, absolutely. Yeah, we do. We typically don't do a lot of seated programs. We are more geared towards reception style, but we can do, I believe, about 150 seated in the music hall. That's with, our old parameters. So things are changing a little bit now for the future of events. And we're going through and kind of revamping our seating arrangements and how many do we seat at a table and things like that. So, but again, it doesn't have to be a seated program. If it is, then we can do up to about 150.
Absolutely. So as we look at like both of you, so we have Taylor on as well today, and so from over at the Flower Fields, and then Erin. So we have two different venues here that are completely different vibes. So
right.
We have organic, and then we also have like the rock and roll lifestyle. And so both of these venues, they lend themselves really, really well to a lot of our social events, like our mitzvahs and birthday parties and such. And so if we're looking at, kind of where we are right now, that we are in a state of, with the pandemic happening and whatnot, where you guys are making changes. And I know with the Flower Fields, as we're a little bit more outdoors, with House of Blues, you guys are making those changes about how many people can actually come in, and then you guys will be doing, I assume, the temperature testing and that sort of thing. You guys can do seated dinners, and it doesn't have to just be tray passed, or how does that work for you guys over there?
So all of that's changing as we speak, and we're revamping our menus as we speak. We know that we don't want the buffet to go away because those are very popular. So we imagine we're going to be having like a plexiglass covering, and everything will be served. So it's not going to be a help yourself situation. Same with the tray passed hors d'oeuvres. I was just having a conversation this morning with somebody at another venue, and we think that they're going to be displayed hors d'oeuvres instead of being tray passed, and they will be handed to the guest. So everything is safe, and we'll have the hand sanitizers and the masks, and we already have them with House of Blues on them and ready to go. So we're definitely making the precautions to make sure that everybody's safe.
Fantastic. So if we are looking at, for either of your venues, so Taylor, about how far in advance are we looking to book with you guys? Like, how much late time do you guys book?
Yeah, since we kind of do a lot of different types of events, I mean, our average booking is 6 to 12 months out. I would say that's pretty normal unless someone has a smaller event, like they just want a small birthday party that's happening in a month or something. But if it's a large event of 100 or more, we tend to be 6 to 12, even 18, depending on if someone had a 500-person wedding or something. We'll go that far out.
Absolutely. And so the same thing with you, Erin. What is the ideal lead time that you guys would have for an event?
Exactly what she just said. So if it's bigger and you need the music hall, you're going to need to book that, 6 to 9 to 12 months out. And if it's a smaller event, we do have smaller rooms, the Delta and the Voodoo, that are typically more available, shorter term, but it's basically the same thing.
Fantastic. So Sherrill, do you have any other questions?
No, I just can't choose.
See, this is what we did. We did a Sophie's Choice here. So so my suggestion would be you go get married at the Flower Fields, and then you guys all caravan on over to the House of Blues, and then we rock it out for the evening. I think that would be the best, like the best of both worlds in that situation. So Lydia, do you have any other questions for either of our vendors today?
I am interested to know, is there a food and beverage minimum, or do you have like a rental fee, or how does that work for both of you?
Okay. For me, we do have a room rental fee and a food and beverage minimum. So we have both. And compared to a lot of venues downtown, I think you'd be pleasantly surprised. So I'm going to say. So we work with everybody, and yeah, we do have both though.
Yeah, for us, we have a venue fee that's all inclusive, no tax, no gratuity. So it's a flat fee for us that includes all of our equipment. All the day of your event, the day before setup, we allow as well. So all of that's included. Since we don't have food or beverage, or we actually have all of our parties bring in their own vendors, that's kind of up to them, whatever vendor they choose, if they have a food or drink minimum. So it doesn't matter to us.
I have another question, actually. So this is actually for both of you guys. I'm going to start off with Erin. When it comes to your venue, what does the backstage situation look like? Do you guys have ready rooms? So if it's a bridal situation that we have to get ready, or if it's going to be a reveal for the mitzvah kid, is there a place to change? How does that work?
Oh, we have 2 fabulous green rooms. They're really cool. They're backstage, and there's 2, plus we have a common room. So that's a lot of times where artists can eat. So we actually have 3 rooms behind stage. Yes.
Fabulous. And Taylor, is there a ready area for brides and whatnot?
We don't have an official getting ready area, but ironically, our green room is more like a greenhouse at ours that's able to be used. We actually have 3 greenhouses right by our main event space that they're not used when we're not open. So actually, a lot of people repurpose those because they're covered. They have lighting, electricity. They'll repurpose that for that.
It's so perfect. A green room or a greenhouse.
I know.
This is perfect.
I have another question. Do you all have restrooms that are private to your private events, because you have public space as well?
Yeah, we do. We have 3 built-in restrooms, male, female, and a family restroom that are all handicap accessible, built into our barn. So they're all the way private for your event, because we don't ever have events when we're open to the public.
And then for us, yes. So the music hall has its own private bathrooms, of course, and then the Delta room, which we saw, has its own private bathroom. The only one that doesn't is if you're upstairs in the voodoo room, you're going to use the restroom for the restaurant.
Okay, thank you.
So fantastic. So just kind of looking through, is there anything else that we have any questions about, ladies, from either of our top planners here?
No, I think we got a lot of information today.
We did. This was a perfect opportunity that we had today to just take a little bit of a closer look at House of Blues, one of our venues here at Best of San Diego. And then we also have the Flower Fields at Carlsbad Ranch, who we got to see it in an earlier episode. And then it was great that you can join us today and just kind of answer a little bit more and just kind of give people a little bit of option, as we get back into congregating together in public, that if it's coming in the next, few months, that both of these options actually give us some space to still congregate and meet the needs that we currently are facing. So thank you guys so much for joining us today for another Talk Shop here at Bessa San Diego. And so if you guys are looking for either of these venues, you guys can see them both on the bestofsandiego.com website. Look for us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and look for these vendors and along with all of the other ones in our system. Thank you guys so much. And it's been another great episode of MITZ TV.